Welcome back to AgroWorks USA, the channel where we explore the hidden stories behind the world's most unusual farming systems. When you think of profitable livestock, centipedes probably aren't the first thing that comes to mind. Yet in China, these multi-legged creatures, feared by many, have become a surprisingly valuable agricultural commodity. With export values reaching hundreds of millions of dollars, China's centipede farms are turning fear into fortune. From medicinal tonics and traditional remedies to high-end cuisine, centipedes are no longer confined to the forest floor. They're being raised by the thousands, even millions, in indoor farms equipped with humidity control, customized feeding systems, and innovative enclosures designed to mimic their natural habitat. But this isn't just about economics. Behind the scenes lies a deeper story about biodiversity, traditional knowledge, shifting culinary boundaries, and rising concerns around food safety, sustainability, and ethics. So how exactly are these venomous insects bred, harvested, and transformed into medicinal gold or gourmet delicacies? And what risks and controversies come with farming one of nature's most misunderstood creatures? If you're curious about how modern agriculture is evolving in unexpected ways, this is a journey you won't want to miss. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to stay updated with AgroWorks USA. Centipede farming may sound like a strange frontier, but in China, it's become a profitable and scientifically managed venture. And it all starts with selecting the right species and engineering the right environment. The most widely cultivated species is Scolopendra subspinipes mutilans, commonly known as the Chinese red-headed centipede. This species is favored for its impressive size, potent medicinal compounds, and resilience under captivity. Adult specimens can grow up to 20 centimeters long and weigh around 10 to 15 grams. Though small in mass, each mature centipede can fetch high market prices, especially when processed into traditional medicines or tonics. To raise them efficiently, farmers replicate the centipede's natural underground environment inside greenhouses or shaded sheds. These facilities are designed with glass or plastic barriers at least 1 meter tall, preventing the creatures from escaping. Within these spaces, breeding chambers are built using stacked plastic trays, foam boxes, or perforated bricks. Each unit acts like a tiny apartment, dark, cool, and slightly moist, where centipedes can burrow, molt, and hide. Environmental control is key. Centipedes thrive in warm, humid conditions. Ideal temperatures range from 25 to 30 C, with humidity maintained at 75 to 85%. During winter months, heating systems are used to prevent hibernation, which would slow growth rates and delay harvest cycles. A critical innovation is the use of coconut fiber bedding. This fine, absorbent material retains moisture, reduces fungal growth, and mimics natural soil, giving centipedes a safer, more natural space to grow. It also minimizes abrasions that could lower the commercial value of adult specimens. Stocking density is strictly controlled, since centipedes are solitary and prone to cannibalism, especially under stress or hunger. Each enclosure must be stocked carefully, with plenty of hiding spots and enough room for movement. Overcrowding leads to injury and mortality, eating directly into profits. Raising centipedes at scale isn't just about containing creatures that many find creepy. It's about precision, hygiene, and understanding the complex biology of one of nature's most misunderstood predators. Centipede farming in China operates through a well-structured life cycle involving three major stages: reproduction, larval development, and adulthood. The process begins when mature female centipedes lay between 20 to 80 eggs, typically once per reproductive cycle. These eggs are incubated for about 30 days in carefully controlled environments, where temperatures are maintained between 25 to 30 C and humidity levels hover around 75 to 85%. Maintaining these conditions is critical, as even slight deviations can impact egg viability and hatch rates. Upon hatching, baby centipedes called larvae enter a vulnerable stage marked by high fragility and a natural tendency toward cannibalism. To reduce losses, farmers separate the larvae into individual compartments or provide ample space. Their diet during this phase is soft and nutrient-dense, made from a mix of ground fish, egg yolk, and grain powder. This carefully calibrated nutrition supports rapid growth and stabilizes temperament, reducing aggressive behavior. After about 2 to 3 months, the centipedes reach juvenile size and are relocated to larger enclosures designed for their adult development. This phase coincides with molting, during which centipedes shed their exoskeletons to grow. It is a delicate and dangerous process. Any imbalance in humidity or temperature can result in malformation or death. Many farms use coconut fiber as bedding to retain moisture and recreate the centipede's natural burrowing environment, which supports both molting and stress reduction. As centipedes approach adulthood, their dietary needs shift to include live prey such as grasshoppers, crickets, cockroaches, and other protein-rich insects. Feeding occurs multiple times a week and is adjusted according to the centipede's growth rate and environmental conditions. This diet not only fulfills nutritional needs, but also encourages natural foraging behavior. Hygiene and environmental control are maintained throughout the life cycle. Enclosures are cleaned frequently to prevent mold, bacteria, and parasites. Advanced farms use sensors to monitor humidity and temperature, ensuring conditions remain optimal for each growth stage. By carefully managing every step from egg to fully grown centipede, Chinese farms can reliably produce high-quality centipedes for various industries. This attention to detail has turned a once-feared creature into a reliable source of agricultural income. Before we dive into the next section, hit the like button if you're impressed by how centipede farms operate in China, or comment 1 if you'd love to visit one of these farms someday. Once centipedes reach maturity, typically after 6 to 8 months of care, the harvesting process begins. Adult centipedes usually measure 15 to 20 millimeters in length and weigh between 10 to 15 grams, depending on the breed and farming conditions. Farmers use specialized tools to collect the centipedes from their enclosures carefully, minimizing physical damage, as body integrity directly affects commercial value. After collection, the centipedes are sorted based on size, color, and vitality. Premium-grade specimens are moved to the processing stage, while substandard ones may be repurposed as animal feed or processed into byproducts. The initial step of processing involves thoroughly rinsing the centipedes using high-pressure water to remove dirt and impurities. Next comes drying, a critical stage to ensure shelf life and retain bioactive compounds. Depending on the intended use, centipedes are processed in different ways. For medicinal purposes, they are typically dried in temperature and humidity-controlled machines to preserve their therapeutic qualities. The dried centipedes are then ground into powder, sliced, or packaged whole. Each batch labeled with origin and processing details to ensure traceability. In addition to traditional medicine, a portion of the harvest is allocated to the gourmet food sector. Specialized facilities prepare centipedes as ingredients for high-end dishes, such as crispy fried centipede, honey-glazed skewers, or infused medicinal liquors. These products require strict hygiene and food safety protocols throughout processing, packaging, and storage to meet health regulations and consumer expectations. Thanks to efficient harvesting and careful processing, nearly every part of the centipede is utilized, from functional food and traditional medicine to livestock feed, maximizing economic value while supporting sustainable farming practices. In China's rapidly expanding centipede industry, these methods not only boost profitability, but also strengthen the sector's reputation for quality, traceability, and innovation on the global market. China's centipede farming industry has grown into a multi-million-dollar sector, driven by rising demand in both traditional medicine and specialty cuisine. With dried centipedes selling for $100 to $300 USD per kilogram, large-scale farms like the 9,000 square meter facility in Jiangsu can produce up to 35 tons annually, generating substantial revenue. Traditional Chinese medicine remains the core domestic market. Centipedes are valued for treating pain, inflammation, and convulsions, ensuring steady demand from pharmacies, hospitals, and supplement companies. Meanwhile, the culinary use of centipedes is growing. In southern China and export markets like Japan, Korea, and Southeast Asia, dishes such as crispy centipede or medicinal infusions attract adventurous consumers seeking rare, functional foods. Beyond these uses, centipedes are also processed into high-protein feed for livestock and aquaculture. Other byproducts like centipede oils or chitin are being explored for cosmetic and pharmaceutical applications. This diversity in applications makes the industry more resilient. Smaller farms benefit from low startup costs, while large ones gain from economies of scale and tech innovation. With proper regulation, centipede farming combines traditional knowledge with modern entrepreneurship, positioning itself as a promising pillar of China's growing bioeconomy. What do you think contributes most to the high value of centipedes? And if given the chance, would you try centipedes as food or medicine? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any part of our journey into the world of agriculture with AgroWorks USA. As China's centipede farming industry grows, its environmental footprint is becoming more noticeable. In the past, overharvesting wild centipedes led to habitat damage and population decline. Commercial farming now offers a more sustainable alternative, easing pressure on wild populations. Many modern farms adopt eco-friendly practices, using coconut fiber for bedding, maintaining temperature and humidity controls, and minimizing water waste through closed-loop systems. These steps help reduce environmental harm and allow for year-round production without relying on wild collection. Still, risks remain. Poor waste management can pollute water sources and increase disease outbreaks. Overcrowded facilities may cause health issues, while escaped centipedes could pose threats to local biodiversity if introduced to non-native areas. To ensure long-term sustainability, stronger environmental regulations and improved biosecurity are essential. Training for farmers and oversight from local authorities will help prevent ecological damage. Centipede farming holds potential for both economic gain and conservation, but only if the industry commits to responsible environmental practices. As centipedes move from farms to food and medicinal markets, food safety is a growing priority. After harvesting, centipedes are cleaned thoroughly using high-pressure or saltwater rinses to eliminate dirt and surface bacteria. In regulated facilities, drying or freezing methods are applied to preserve nutritional value and ensure product safety. Processing areas are sanitized regularly, and workers follow hygiene protocols, wearing gloves, masks, and protective clothing. These steps are crucial for preventing contamination, especially as many products are exported to high-standard markets like Japan, South Korea, and Southeast Asia. Processed centipedes are packaged with clear labeling, including origin, processing date, and usage instructions. This traceability is vital for both food and pharmaceutical-grade products. However, risks still exist. In smaller or informal operations, overcrowding and poor sanitation can lead to disease outbreaks and compromised product quality. Without uniform standards, consumer safety and export credibility may be affected. To meet growing demand and protect public health, China's centipede industry must invest in stricter safety practices. Doing so not only builds trust, but also strengthens the industry's position in global alternative protein and traditional medicine markets. What about you? How do you feel about food safety and transparency in the farming and processing industry? I'd love to hear your perspective. Share it with me in the comment. While centipede farming has proven profitable, the industry faces serious economic and cultural risks. One major hurdle is the insect's fearsome image. Many people view centipedes as dangerous pests, creating social stigma that limits their appeal, especially in international markets. This makes centipede-based products hard to market beyond niche traditional medicine and specialty cuisine. The industry's reliance on a few export markets, such as Japan and South Korea, adds further vulnerability. If consumer trends shift, trade policies change, or synthetic substitutes emerge, demand could drop sharply. For small rural farms, a sudden decline in prices or orders could be devastating. Additionally, the lack of standardized safety and ethical guidelines poses serious threats. Poor farming practices may lead to contamination, unsanitary conditions, or the spread of disease, damaging both the reputation of the product and consumer trust. These issues could trigger public backlash, stricter regulations, or even import bans in key markets. To survive long-term, the industry must address consumer perceptions, expand into new markets, and invest in better regulation and sustainability. Success will depend not only on profits, but also on public trust, cultural sensitivity, and the industry's ability to uphold high production standards. Behind every dried centipede in a jar of traditional medicine or gourmet dish in a luxury restaurant lies a world of precision farming, ancient knowledge, and modern market forces. What began as a niche practice in China's humid southern provinces has grown into a thriving industry, blending economic potential with cultural tradition. But as we've explored, this success isn't without its challenges. From ecological concerns to ethical farming standards and market instability, centipede farming sits at the crossroads of opportunity and responsibility. So here's the big question. Can we continue expanding this industry while protecting nature, culture, and public health? Or are we walking a fine line between innovation and exploitation? We'd love to hear what you think. Do you believe centipede farming should be encouraged as part of a sustainable bioeconomy? Or are there hidden risks we haven't fully addressed? Share your thoughts in the comments below. We're always eager to hear your perspectives. And if this episode gave you something to think about, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next story from AgroWorks USA. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode of our journey through the hidden worlds of farming and food production.